I had to quit school to go to work. My dad, he'd been in a really bad accident back in 1945, and he wasn't able to work. And what little money he had saved was coming to an end. He and I were surviving, that was about what you could call it. I was in the 11th grade in high school, doing well. And I was hired as ordinary seaman, $109.20 a month. Like I say, you got paid on the 1st and the 15th. That saved the cake, really. I mean, I done for my dad till he passed away in 1962. The first boat I worked on was Northampton. I was ordinary seaman. The captain was Capt Belote. And I knew him. He was from Wattsburg. His brother was married to one of my nieces. Being on deck as ordinary and everything strange and new, and I thought I was a hog. 3 hot meals a day, a night lunch, a paycheck. Never had so much money in my life. I think I cleared something like $53 every 2 weeks. Is this gentleman right here?
Uh-oh.
He was wheelsman on the Pocahontas when I went on there as ordinary seaman. And if the captain had left out the pilot house before I got up there, I had to take a car check every trip where I was ordinary and the youngest one in the crew. So go up there and give a car check to the mate, which he was over there counting his tickets and writing the vehicles down, what states they were from and whatever. I knew Bill and thought until today that I was related to his wife, and I'm not. And
I thought you were too.
and anyway, I'd walk up to the wheel. I didn't know nothing. Poor country boy. Bill, what are you steering? And I'm looking at the compass. I don't know what he's steering. Here's all the points, quarter points, whatever. Steering southwest to half south. I said, how you know you're steering southwest to half south? He said, by the lubber's line. I said, what do you mean, lubber's line? He said, the vertical line up there in the center of the compass. He said, that's in line with the keel of the ship. I said, okay. So I'd come up and I'd look at the compass. I'd say, well, you're steering southwest 3/4 south. No, I'm steering southwest 1/4 south. So I'm trying to learn the compass, which I did. And as things went on, I'd go up there, like I say, when the cat went up there, I'd say, Bill, let me try to steer for a minute or two. So I got to feel that right good. And on Saturdays and Sundays is the only days that you didn't chip and red lead. You just kept the boat clean. Like I say, so on weekends I tried to spend as much time up there as I could. And he watched me like a hawk and told me when I was doing something wrong, whatever. But this man here was the cause of me really getting my start. I was still ordinary seaman. You're supposed to be AB to be a wheelsman.
You caught on quick. You had the ability to catch on quick.
Sometimes you'd have pastors that wanted to come up in the pilot house and they wanted to know and look at the compass, they'd look at the annunciators, engine order telegraphs, and the spotlight was overhead, and it worked like on a ratchet. You squeezed it to drop it down another notch or whatever. A lot of times they'd ask, what is that? I'd say, oh, that's the emergency brake. They believed it. Now this was up on Delaware Bay. One evening, I'd say it was about roughly within the hour of darkness. I was down in the saloon in the dining room on the Princess Ave, eating my dinner, and I always sat to a window where I could look out. And I was looking up the bay, and in the distance, it looked like somebody waving a code or something. So I called the stewardess over. I said, put my dinner back there. I said, don't throw it away. I said, I'll be back to eat. So I went to the pilot house and I got the binoculars and I looked, and sure enough it was. A boat had turned over. He got down in the rips off Cape May Point. And I was able to get to him. There was a man and his wife and 5 kids standing on the bottom of, it looked like about a 24-foot Boston whaler, which they always advertised that they would float upside down, and thank God it did. But I eased up to them, and I got the boatswain to throw a heaving line over, and pulled them in to the side of the boat. And we dropped the Jacob's ladder, church #1 lifeboat. They climbed up the ladder to the guardrail, and I had the crew standing down by one of the airports and bring them in through the airport on the side. The next morning, the Atlantic City Press had a big write-up about rescuing Joe of the ferries. They would have never known who I was. My kids were Belote. But thank God everybody got saved.